Harry Potter likes just about everyone, except he really hates Malfoy. Harry Potter asked Cho Chang to the ball. Cho Chang said that she'd rather die. Here we are, we're doing a fucking podcast. We're millennials, it's all we know how to do. Harry Potter.
Go get some more before we start.
We already started.
No, we didn't.
We have to do this. We're stuck now.
Why
are we such a mess all of a sudden?
Do you actually need water? Because then go get water.
Just being difficult.
As you're taking your headphones off to go get water.
It was in the way.
All right.
Do you want some of my water?
Austin, shut your face.
This is going to be so lit.
We won and we're still getting divorced.
Well, hello and welcome to Nargles and Other Nonsense, a Harry Potter podcast full of spells, jinxes, and curses, the adult kind. We are the Hags of Hogsmeade, and I am Casey.
I'm Gabby.
I'm the spawn of a ghost fuck. Debbie.
And I'm Paige. I'm Austin. I'm Casey's husband. And
He's our guest.
Today.
He's our guest. You didn't let us introduce. He just decided to jump in and introduce himself. We didn't even get to introduce him.
All your guests have done that so far.
We had
one other guest.
And she did it.
Oh, dope.
I thought we said
I don't
welcome.
I thought we
know.
introduced
You might
her.
have. I feel like she talked before you introduced her.
Who knows? We were all
Did you talk before you
given the
introduced you?
No.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
did
sure-
the introduction.
wouldn't shut
That was
up.
Okay.
Because then she was dying. And
Okay.
Nobody else was saying anything, so I thought, I'm sorry.
Tensions are high today.
The arguing
Debbie.
the arguing that's about to ensue on this podcast, I'm apologizing for in advance because
Good.
it's gonna be a
Why
rough
do
one.
you think there's going to be arguing?
It's the only reason I listen to you guys.
Because Austin's here, so I'm obviously gonna disagree with everything that he says.
Oh,
despite-
valid.
That's marriage. Okay.
Yep. That's what it's like to be married.
Gabby and I are learning a lot about marriage right now.
Yeah. What do you have to say?
It's complicated.
I like how you hold that up to her as a mic when she has a mic
Bring
in
it back.
front
I
of
have
her.
something else to say.
Go ahead.
I don't think I'm ready.
This is the recorder. Just.
Oh,
Oh, I can only hear in one ear. Stop moving.
stop moving. Austin's ruining all of our equipment.
Don't put these things next to me.
Is it okay?
Yeah, no, it's great.
Okay.
All right.
No, you fucked it when you moved. Okay, now it's good. That's bad.
Hey guys, maybe you should donate to us on Patreon so we can get some better headphones for Gabby, who can never hear.
Donate to my Kickstarter to make Austin stop moving. The benefits are I can hear in my headphones.
All we need is like $15. We're just going to get a bunch of duct tape and just tape him to a chair. Is it good?
It's perfect. Thank you.
Also, you guys should donate to our Patreon because
Don't touch that.
Austin.
Fucker.
Because this week we actually recorded our first Patreon-only episode, and it's a Know Your Boo. Austin is featured as our first guest.
As
on
a boo.
As a boo.
As a boo. A fellow boo.
Oh,
So
ghost fuck.
please donate, and then you'll be able to listen in. I believe we are Fridays. We are going to be releasing Patreon-only episodes.
Sure.
Thanks
whatever.
for letting me know, because I forgot.
Yeah.
Is that
So you can.
Well, no, next week.
Next week. Calm down.
You don't sleep.
You got time. You can go to bed tonight. Don't worry. So please donate so you can listen in and find out who won the Know Your Boo. You will not be surprised, but you should still listen in to some of our great answers.
Fuck does that mean?
Do you think that I edit?
I don't know. Paige apparently does.
Gabby's up all night editing it.
What
She's
would we
going
edit
nuts.
out? We don't filter ourselves
She's just
here.
trying to make it less
All the
loud,
bumps.
but she can't do it.
So other than Austin being our guest, this week our topic is Muggle Studies.
Which Austin picked, so if it sucks, it's his fault.
Are you tanking it
You're
already?
so nice to me,
Fuck.
Dean.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Remember we were going to be nice to Austin?
Yeah, I'm turning
That's gone.
around. Austin, I love you. Let's be nice.
Aw.
Look, another buddy's here.
Wally has once again joined us. So Muggle Studies.
Just Casey breathing for 20 minutes.
Paige doesn't know.
In case you haven't noticed that I have had some alcohol this evening.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
We're
jeez.
right into it.
Whom?
Whomsta?
Whomstove, Casey.
No,
No, definitely just whom.
Casey literally does not know what a meme is.
I almost fell forward. Okay.
How much have you had to drink?
Not that much. I'm just really
guys,
sweaty.
she's confused. She literally just had a glass of water. Like, she's crazed.
All right, Muggle Studies.
What are we starting with?
Let's talk about it. The class.
Okay, what do you want? I don't understand your prompt.
Okay, I just thought it was gonna. It was you
And
guys
then
talked about
it
Muggle
just
Studies at
became
one point.
stream of consciousness for both
Yeah,
of us.
I know it was
Yeah.
really hard to read.
It was not hard to read. That's what it's like being me all the time.
Hard.
Difficult.
So hard. Yes. Cool. Semantics. No, I just thought you guys talked. You guys talked about. Can I continue?
Paige isn't letting our guests speak.
You guys talked about Muggle Studies at one point, and I thought it would be really fun to know like what you thought people actually learned in Muggle Studies.
Oh, okay.
Like, is it just like, you
Nothing.
go to class for math and English and like World War history and stuff like that, or do you go? Is it like, how do you cook? How do you make a fire at a campsite? How do you?
I don't know. That's why it got so. The Google Doc is what we're referencing. That's
Yeah.
why I got stream of consciousness, because I was like, based on the few things that we know when wizards try to act like muggles, they're so fucking stupid that, like, I can't imagine that Muggle Studies would just literally be like, here's how you zip up a pair of pants. You put one leg in one pant, and then you put the other one on the other, and you zip them up.
it
Like, they're
just-
so dumb.
It raises questions because Hermione had to write an essay about why Muggles need electricity, and then it's like, do wizards not use electricity? What are they
Is
using?
it just
And
candles?
also, like, why? I mean,
It's
do
magical.
they need electricity though?
I don't know.
Do they just have floating orbs of light in their house?
Why not?
That's
Is it
so
just using
weird.
candles?
Then
Are
why
they-
is it not described in the book?
Are they-
In Fantastic Beasts, she like makes a feast.
Yeah,
I think
but
I
it's
watched
just
that
later on.
movie.
You should
You
have.
did, but you didn't pay attention.
No,
the
I
movie
mean,
was on in a room that you were in.
That's most movies.
Not
mean,
Batman.
there's-
That's literally every movie you watch is on in the room you're in.
in Hogwarts, they have candles that I'm assuming are magically lit and they float and all that stuff.
The great, yeah,
They do have torches as well, but so everything is fire based.
semantics again.
Everything is fire
Candles
based.
and torches are different. Homie, don't mix up candles and torches in your
Have
life.
you ever seen The Mummy?
Flamey.
That's a movie that like I've actively watched, so I get that one.
Because there's difference between carrying a torch and carrying a candle.
And-
Because Rick O'Connell carries a torch. For Evie. Bam, bam, bam. Give it to me.
I'm not sure what just happened.
They made a mummy joke.
Is that what you were going to say?
No, but in my head I went carrying a torch, and then my head went where you went at the same time.
Yeah. I want to break something.
They're both flames that emit light. Like,
Yeah, but a candle is tinier. And a torch is like,
I get that.
boom.
But to argue,
Semantics.
essentially, yeah, because to argue like, oh, they don't have electricity. Do they need it? Well, they have torches. No, they have candles. Like, come on.
It's stupid either way. They should have, like, light bulbs.
I'm just saying, would it hurt?
But is Muggle Studies just like going to class like you're a Muggle kid? Like, oh, I'm just learning math today, or I'm just learning English
they learn
today,
about
or is it
Muggles.
like actually?
I
Yeah,
think,
is
yeah,
it
I think
actually
they learn
like,
about Muggles.
Yeah.
I think
But
that's
like,
what the wiki
what do they
said.
learn?
We don't know.
Like, that's why I want.
What plugs are.
What do you want them to learn? What
Yeah,
do you think they
because
should learn?
well,
Teach Muggle Studies. Go.
Okay, I'd literally
I have ideas.
how to wear clothing.
Yes.
First of all,
how to wear, what to wear, and what like is in fashion.
I think it would just be my class would be like how to blend in so you don't seem like a fucking idiot.
Yes.
Even some muggles need that too. What did I say? I put
I open up my class.
muggles, get in here. I said math because I don't think they do math. Plumbing because I feel like they barely have toilets. The internet, especially now, I feel like Muggle studies in like the 90s would have been a lot different than now.
Mm-hmm.
Electricity, public transportation, how planes work, and then like movies and TV and stuff. Because do they have? And we know that they have radio.
Yeah, they have
Yeah,
radio.
They have radio, but so do they think that Muggles have radio, or do they think it's a magical thing? Because that would also be really funny if they were like, we have this thing that Muggles don't even know about, radio, and they're like, Harry, we're gonna introduce it to you, and he's like, I know what a fucking radio is, you assholes.
Well, that's like, well, then why the hell did Hermione take that class?
Well, she's a freak.
She
Got
wanted
every
to see
class.
it from the wizard's perspective. She
Yeah.
thought
But
it would
like, wouldn't it be
fascinating.
like?
Totally a Hermione thing to do.
I know, but like, wouldn't it be the most like horrible thing to deal with is like them trying to explain like what electricity is, and she's just like,
Yeah, but that'd be like saying, like...
Or is it an
why...
easy grade?
Well,
I
but
mean,
also that'd be
maybe
like
I
saying,
would
like...
take it because it would be an easy grade, but
Sorry, Austin.
No, that's fine. It'd be like saying, like, why would you guys take, like, a women's studies class? Like, you know what a women's study, like, should entail. But you're still going to take it because you still want to know, like, okay, this is what someone's teaching someone this class. You want to know all
well,
the,
it's
like,
experiences that, like, women's studies specifically is, like,
Yeah.
things that you haven't experienced.
Yeah, exactly. So, Muggle studies doesn't have to be
the
just,
struggle
like,
of being a wizard in the Muggle world.
T. Well, I really...
I don't know how to put pants on the right way.
Just on backwards, and you're like, I don't know how to... My favorite thing is that, like, I feel like it should be a requirement that you have to take it, because you're going to have to interact with Muggles at some point in your life, because they say that there's only, like, 2 completely wizarding communities, which is, like, Hogsmeade and Godric's Hollow.
mostly.
Mm-hmm. Which
Or
is, it's
like
not even...
like, even then, still, it's
Yeah.
like, there's Muggles everywhere.
Mhm.
You're gonna have to interact with them at some point. Your neighbors are probably gonna be like, how'd you feel about the game on Saturday? And you're gonna be like, huh? Like, you need to know how to do it.
Yeah.
And I know, like, in that when Voldemort was like, it's me and I'm back, he made it a requirement that you take Muggle Studies, but it was like a propaganda class. Like,
Yeah.
they're stupid and they don't know how to shower and they smell and we should hit them with cars.
Do wizards know how to shower?
Do wizards know how to drive cars?
I feel like they don't take showers. They take baths.
Yes.
Like, here's the thing with wizards, though. Everything they do is for an aesthetic, and it's stupid.
They could be using pens.
That's what I'm saying. Like a wizard
But
born...
is that in Muggle studies? Do they learn how to use pens?
Yes, that's what I was thinking. How fun would that be if you're, like, a wizard raised, and you go in there, and they're like, we're going to introduce you to pens, and you're, like, writing with it, and you're like, my parents are so stupid.
Right?
Everyone I know is a moron. This is so much easier than having to dip my fucking feather into an inkwell and go...
Thank you for that ASMR.
Accurate sound
got
of a quill.
Oh my god.
Oh.
One more time?
Well, that comes the same with like technology and the fact that like if they get a like JK at one point I found on Pottermore that she referenced the fact that in Muggle Studies that they would have gotten a taste of like using the internet or something.
Taste.
Yeah.
Dipping a toe in.
Dipping a toe.
Going on Reddit.
One knee.
They're on, they're on like 4chan.
So
going
then like
crazy.
you're able to use the internet.
Oh, Meggle.
E-Bombs World.
They only get the Doge meme.
Oh,
And like
God.
the cat one where
Eric
it's like,
is like killing himself right now.
and it's like the I eat cheeseburger. Like they get those.
No. Stop it.
I was thinking it's just like the original ones.
And like Rar is dinosaur for I love you. That's all they
What
did.
if, do wizards go through an emo phase?
Absolutely they do.
They have
Their
they have
entire
a
life.
MySpace.
Is it the same?
No.
Okay,
They
think
don't
about that
have
though.
My Chemical Romance. It's not the same.
Harry Potter takes place.
Doing my immortal.
They have
You're right.
my potions romance?
My Potions Romance.
Harry Potter takes place in the 90s. Okay, so we're talking about like they might have
Do
been.
they know who Baby Spice is?
They might have been starting to like MySpace might have been like and like AOL and stuff and like having
They
to
had-
learn. Oh, that would have been
Yeah,
so
but
cute.
like honestly, if you have magic, like fuck dial up. Like genuinely.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the truth. Fuck dial up now, man.
Well, I mean obviously now because we have magic essentially.
That's why I feel like now it's like less of a split between
Oh,
Muggle and
100%,
Wizard
yeah.
because we've all got our things that like a wizard doing a spell I'd be like what the hell, and me literally doing any Muggle thing they'd be like I thought you didn't even know how to like dress yourself, so the fact that you can do anything is incredible, and I go thank you so much.
Well, I think
recently
the
learned that.
fourth book touches on probably the most interaction with Muggles because you get when they go to the Quidditch World Cup and everyone's dressed really weird. But then I also remembered this fact that Mr. Weasley doesn't know how to light matches, and that goes along with like the fact that all of their like candles are magic. And how the hell does he not know how to light a match?
Right?
I mean like children figure out how to light
I
a match.
think
Yeah.
that's really like from both perspectives, like them going there and they're like, look at this, what's his name, like Mr. Rogers or something, I don't remember. He like they look at him and he's like, oh, look at a muggle trying to make it work. And he's like looking at them. He's like, these people are weird as hell, don't know how to dress, can't light a match. And he's like, oh, they're so cute, they're trying. Both of them is like, they're trying, but they have no idea.
Yeah.
It's just dumb.
But I mean, we also get so much of a view of like the kids. Like you see all the like either purebloods or like kids who are just like walking around, and obviously they don't know necessarily Muggle world because they haven't experienced both yet. And so like
should though.
No, I get that, but like as they get older, like in the first chapter of the first book, it's talking about how like Vernon is ignoring or not seeing that like people are walking around in robes and stuff. But then like a dude walks out of like when he walks out of the bakery, he runs into a dude. So like clearly wizards are like all around, obviously. So like most
Still dressed in robes.
Do most
yeah.
parents, are they like Arthur, where they're like, I'm fascinated by this, but I don't know how any of it works?
I don't
or
think
are a
so.
lot of wizards
Like, I'm just gonna do whatever the
ingrained
fuck
in
I
society?
want.
I don't know, because I feel like everyone's like, Arthur Weasley's a freak.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he's interested in how muggles live without magic, and everyone else is like, I don't even care what they do, because I love magic, and I like don't even care how they make it work.
So that's why I think the internet is such a big thing, because they're just like, that would be such a turning point where muggles would then start getting, I guess, more access to things than wizards would, especially when it comes to information.
Yeah, and they don't have pens.
Yeah, like email, okay, there you go. You no longer need to talk to people through fireplaces. You can just type something out and send them, or texting, cell phones and all that. That's a big difference.
Tweets.
Can they like talk through occlumency? Like
I think you have to be
Voldemort
good at
I
it.
feel like Occupant, isn't that evil?
But that's what it can. Does it have to be evil?
So.
Like Voldemort
I don't
implanted dreams into
know.
Harry's mind, but like, could I just be like out at
talk
the
to some.
store and be like, Casey, what do we need in my mind? And she can hear
Isn't
me.
it really hard to do it?
I think
though?
it's really hard to, and
You
if
could
you're
probably do it,
But if you
it'd be really
can, so let's
hard.
say if you can do it, and you're like that one dude who can, like, fuck electricity, fuck like being able to get on the internet. You don't care. You don't need to send a text. You don't need to like.
yeah, but what
Just think
about the memes, Austin? They're missing out
They're
on
missing
so
on the
much.
memes.
Wizard memes.
Gabby, weigh in.
Wizard
Memes?
tube.
I just feel like it's a little invasive.
Yeah, to be-
Occupant? How do
I feel like
say it?
yeah, like I don't know, if I was like at the store and someone was like, Gabby, I'd be like, get the fuck out, this is me time.
Well, I mean,
But can you use it for good? Is what I'm asking.
I'm sure you can. Why wouldn't you?
you can also send Patronuses with messages if you're
True.
good at that.
Yeah.
That seems so hard.
That
But
seems
you,
like
I mean,
fun.
that maybe there is like other spells that they don't talk about
Can
that
you
you
just
can
be
send
friends?
send
Wouldn't
messages
that be
through.
so funny? I
It's
sent
like the best thing.
I sent you a message. It's just a massive orangutan just going boof, 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 like running at
I'd
you.
be like, get out, it's me time. Send an owl.
and you
turn
want,
around.
You want to know what else? If it was my Patronus, it'd still be like, hello.
I'd be like, you tell her. And I got my Patronus in the.
They just fight to the death. They're just Rocky and Bullwinkle are one.
My squirrel versus your orangutan.
Who wins? Let us know, fans. Oh, I'm shouting.
Oh my gosh. Another thing I've always kind of wondered about is like, do wizards know how to like order food at a restaurant,
I don't think so.
or like what that means?
Harry
But they
was at a
have to at
restaurant.
normal restaurants.
Yeah.
Like at the Hog's Head.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But they think of Muggle food.
Is it
Where's
that
the
much-
butterbeer?
It's
Why
not
isn't
that
it floating
different.
over? Why is there a person bringing this to me and it's not just floating to my table?
What are you doing? I have a question.
Oh, okay.
You weren't supposed to draw attention to.
Oh, sorry. I'm still talking. Like, don't they have like?
I'm gonna show my phone to my wife directly in front of everyone. I
Give me
want to
this.
draw attention to it.
because we're on a podcast, so rather than talking about it, yeah.
Oh,
no,
worm,
I'm terrible.
worm,
I'm a
worm.
terrible person, right?
worm at that. Worm.
We'll transition into
Alright,
your
good,
proposition there.
But no, they have like treacle tart because Harry doesn't like walk into the feast and go, "What's all this stuff? What's a turkey?" He's like, "Oh, this is just human food."
What's a turkey?
Well, even at Christmas, they have like those traditional. They have those traditional Christmas crackers, but they're just like
crackers.
enhanced ones. So
They
they have
do normal holiday things.
yeah, so they have like magical items in it, but it's still something that like the like Muggle kids would be like, I know what that is, but it's just like a little bit cooler because there's magic items inside. Austin's doing like
I'm just
He's
taking
like
notes.
writing
'Cause I have
notes and getting
Morse code.
crazy.
It's for later. It's for later.
oh
He's
he's
writing
writing
loud
notes.
notes
Okay.
to you,
Yeah.
and they just say, "Casey, I love you." You're my wife.
Oh,
Let's get married again.
And not invite anyone again.
It'll never get old.
We're not gonna get invited now because we're making
We
fun
weren't
of
going to
them.
be invited in the first place.
No, we would totally invite you to the second one.
Oh,
But we would make
The
it-
third one, no.
We, we would
I
make
only
it in
want to
like
come to the third one. You guys know I like odd numbers more than evens.
we would do it in like Antarctica, so you can't go. You'd be like, too expensive.
Yeah, guess what, bitch? I'm about to come into some money.
We
Oh.
would do it just to spite you.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, you
fuck
probably
you.
That's part of the reason why we eloped, because we didn't want anyone doing anything out of spite.
Out of spite.
It's specific. Why are you looking at me?
Be like, we're getting married all the way over here, but... And then you'd be like, I'll come.
I would have done that.
There
I
were a lot
love
of sheep there.
Scotland. I would have just been like, drop me
Paige-
off in the woods.
Paige would have been crying the entire time over, not us getting married, but over the baby lambs, because it was lambing season.
Or the
Yeah, I
one-
would've been-
the
I would've been
one
like,
dead one.
Chasing him down.
Or there was that one angry one too.
There wasn't a dead baby lamb.
No, not the baby.
I have
lamb,
seen
it
a
was
lot
just
of.
dead lamb.
We don't need to get into that. Never mind.
Talking about lamb. Here's a thought. What do
Okay.
you think wizards do to work out? Because I don't think that they just go jogging.
Yogging.
Yogging.
I don't think they
They
You
don't have
just
like a
hit that
gym
dab
membership.
So hard.
So in the summer, when you're just like, ooh, gotta get in shape, when you get out of
Do
Hogwarts,
they
what do you
give
do?
a fuck about that?
I mean, because their only sport
When you
is
saw
Quidditch,
Crumb,
and that's
Crumb
not
was-
that.
You're right.
Calisthenics.
It's just all. Do they have other sports other than Quidditch? Is it just Quidditch?
No.
No, I think it's just Quidditch.
Well, do like so that's the other thing. If you're a wizard and you're athletic, like, can you acquire a like for or love for like rugby or soccer?
No,
And
they'll
play.
kill you.
Yeah, but like Seamus, I know he's like Muggle-born, but like he
Well, he's
loves
half.
footy.
Yeah, he's
so
half-blood.
He's still
Love
gonna want
footy.
to play it. Like if he was good at it, would he still play it? Or like would it?
Is it
would
allowed?
Take it, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Or
I
like would
feel
it
like
take
him
into
and
account
Dean
like
definitely played it. Like Dean, yeah.
I think
Dean
you would
had
be
his West
allowed
Ham
to as long
poster
as
up.
you weren't like using magic. Like you didn't, as long as you didn't let anyone know that
is
you
that
were a
how
wizard.
is that how Beckham bent it so well?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's magic.
Oh my God.
Confirmed.
Crap. Put
David
him in a
Beckham's
house.
a wizard.
Which house is he in?
David
Hurry.
Beckham?
Sort him
Oh,
now.
Man.
Don't get it
Gryffindor?
wrong.
Gryffindor.
Okay. I don't know
feel like-
anything about him, so yes.
I feel like the kicker is like people judge Arthur because he's so interested in Muggle culture. So if like you're a wizard who's really into soccer, I wonder if you'd be judged because that's a Muggle thing. So you wouldn't do it to fit in.
Maybe you just wouldn't talk about it.
Yeah.
All
Like
right, so
you
like,
would, like you might like as a
fucked
kid you might
up.
spend your summers like doing stuff with your pals back home, but you wouldn't talk about it at Hogwarts. You wouldn't be
Yeah.
like, oh, my friends
Yeah.
from up the street, which are Muggles, we went and we hung out on the playground all day. Like you're not gonna say that.
like Arthur's
Oh,
got
we
his
rode
shed.
bikes. Like no, you're not gonna talk about that.
Yeah,
That's
like Arthur
sad.
keeps all his stuff in it, like Muggle stuff in the shed.
Yeah.
So like same concept.
That's so sad. Why are wizards so terrible?
Yeah, because like I think you mentioned like, do they ride bikes? And I'm like, I don't think they
Wouldn't
do.
it be fun to be on a bike and be a wizard?
You can ride a broom though.
I would rather be on a bike.
Fuck a bike.
Can't really.
I mean, yeah, if you can be on a
My name,
broom,
Mike.
but
But yeah, but that,
Bicycle.
I mean that takes into account any of their like
Right.
workouts. Like why lift weights when you can just Wingardium
Can't you just
Leviosa?
like take your wand,
Can you-
point it at your arm, and go muscle-o, and then all of a
Yeah,
sudden
can
you're
you magic
muscular?
your body?
or take a potion?
Yeah.
to become super
But
strong.
then how's Crumb so big? He's just naturally big.
Well, but
He
he's
probably
running
just
around.
works
He
in the
ran around the
fields.
lake.
but he must
He
work,
runs.
Yeah.
and he must work out to get like upper body stuff so he gets strong. So I don't know. So he's
This
better
is
at
getting
Quidditch.
into like the shit where it's like this is when we were getting into like transfiguring like items, like non-sentient things into sentient things, or vice versa, where it's like, where do they go if you make a bunny into a slipper? Where does their soul? It's the same type of shit. Like what a wizards view as basically beneath them, because I think that they're seeing more like Muggles. I guess would be like they do like heavy lifting because they don't have the additive of like magic. So like running, obviously like cool or whatever, but I'm fine with that. But why wasn't anyone like, Crumb, you could just magic yourself around this lake, you dumb fool? Like, why didn't they do that?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
So they probably still run around.
What do they do as kids? Like, what do you play? Like,
Well,
I mean, the
play
kid,
Quidditch?
the Weasleys
Yeah.
still like went out and like
You
had
play
snowball.
kickball?
They had snowball
Yeah,
fights,
snowball
and
fights,
so
played Quidditch.
I think that they probably still did like normal kid stuff, like
can they play
tag
kickball?
and things.
Probably.
Probably.
Do they have kickball?
I
Do they
want.
play kickball?
I mean, there's a point where
I'm
they
gonna tweet
as
at
a-
J.K. Rowling and be like, "Do they play kickball?"
there's a point where they don't have magic. So like until you're 11 years old and you have a wand, like you're still gonna find things to do that entertain yourself that are, you probably still play hopscotch, and so like that wouldn't necessarily leave you when you got older. Like you would still do some things that are Muggle related, but you just wouldn't talk about them as much, probably because people
You're
would look down.
ashamed.
Yeah, like, oh,
So
it's
what
supposed to
did
be full.
what did Draco Malfoy do as a fucking kid? Because his family's so like, magic is the best. Magic is the best. If you don't do magic, we're gonna beat you up. So does his parents just like, if I don't see you do a magic thing, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you?
He
Like,
probably-
what the fuck did he even do as a kid?
He probably did magic
Like,
before it was
levitate?
allowed. Like, I bet you he had a wand before it was
Hung out with
allowed.
Dobby.
But he was a shit to Dobby. Dobby's like, damn, will
He
this
just
kid
made
get some
Dobby
friends?
do things for him.
He's like, Dobby, I need you to play chutes and ladders with me. Oh, they could play wizard's chess. But
Yeah.
again, it's like, put the identifier on. It's a wizard's chess. It's not stupid chess like
But it's the same
Muggles
thing
play.
as chess. Like, it's got the same rules.
Right? But they're like, it's wizard's chess.
So you
'cause
don't
the
have to.
pieces move.
Yeah, you don't have to move the pieces. You just tell them to.
So all wizards are lazy is what we're getting at.
Yeah. Lazy factor. It comes up yet again. If you listen to our Patreon episode, you'll understand what I'm saying.
Deep dive.
Google deep dive. It's complicated. This is a complicated issue. What does this all say?
Oh, I did want to mention so you talked about how Hermione had to write an essay about electricity. So that's like I know in some other books that's like a concept of okay, magic and technology don't work. So like the big one for me I can think of is like the Dresden Files, where like literally he's a wizard and he tries driving his car and his car is just like, nah, fuck you.
What? I don't know
doesn't
what
work.
Justin found there.
We don't fuck.
Not important. Really. They're alright books about like a detective wizard. But
lit.
yeah, but he
What are you pointing at me?
in that and like in other books I've read, that's just the first one that comes to my mind. Like, yeah, people who use magic and technology don't mix. So like the kids who learn how to use the internet or stuff like that, is it hard? Right. Is it like was the computer just like cutting out the entire time they're trying to use them, or does electricity not work in a wizarding household?
Well,
I don't know.
well.
That's why I come to you guys with these questions.
I read the book called Carry On by Rainbow Rowell, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I really did. I really
They're
liked
holding
it.
hands and just like
But it was the interesting thing to me about that book was they still could use all their like regular technology. Like they were texting each other and being like, "We love magic," but they were like texting, so it wasn't like there wasn't this division between the two things. It was like a combination. And I want to say not in The Magician.
Okay, what
Did they use normal shit? I don't remember. Sorry, Leave Grossman. I just don't remember. But I think it depends, because I think that's what's important about these is like you literally cannot use anything Muggle. You can't use anything that uses electricity because just the magic in the air won't let it work. Somebody put that note on the thing.
Well, like, what happens if you live in a half-blood household then?
I honestly don't know.
I don't know.
You have to have electricity because obviously half the house can't use magic. So like you're married, your husband can't use magic, so you're gonna have to have light switches to turn on and off because otherwise he's just gonna be wandering around in the dark all the
Or
time.
you're like, honey, don't worry about it. I've got a torch or a candle. It's semantic. It doesn't matter.
Or like he can't use the stove because you're not home. Like that's not gonna happen. So like, but then would you doing magic in his household, like, would it then get messed up, or would you then decide like, no, we're gonna live in a wizard house and I just have to do everything for you, or like it'll just all be
That's the
magic?
laziness factor.
Yeah. Would it be like we're gonna live wizard house or
Well,
we're gonna live in a Muggle house?
I feel like that's like in the movie Fantastic Beasts. Well, excuse me. They were like, in America, we don't let no mages and wizards get married because it's a subtle thing about racism. Like, whatever. But like they were like, we won't let them get married. But I feel like in England as well, it's not. No one's like, yeah, go be with a Muggle, because the culture is like, it's just not gonna work, because they're making it seem like there's no common ground between wizards and Muggles. But I feel like that's not accurate
no.
at all. But
I mean, like, is that all the like we're kind of approaching it from it's all like the wizard's fault? Like, oh, why are you so ignorant to these things? But like they spent thousands of years like trying to hide themselves from Muggles. Like Muggles would kill the wizards if they found out, oh, you're a witch or a wizard. Literally
listen,
burn them at the stake, or if they weigh more than a duck, like, oh no, we gotta kill you.
people are
But-
dumb as fuck.
Witch.
She turned me into a newt.
This isn't even my real nose. This is a carrot.
I got better. but yeah, but that's the thing. So like thousands of years of like being scared of people.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like, I get what you're saying, but also when they were talking about like witch burnings in the book, they were like, yeah, if they were a real witch, they would just like be like, ooh, I'm burning, but I put a spell on myself, so I'm actually fine.
Yeah.
So like, were they really ever in any real danger?
Even if they're not in real danger, that still sucks to have
Well, I
people
think-
out there like trying to kill you. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's true. I'm just,
Oh, you can't kill me, but also
I'm
kinda
playing the
sucks that they-
devil's advocate.
Well, also they talked about that's how Obscurus, like Fantastic Beasts touched on this, that's how Obscurus were made, was that during like children who found out that they, especially like Muggle-born children, if they found out that they were like a witch or a wizard, that they would oppress that because they didn't want to get found out and harmed, because obviously they don't know any magic, so they could get killed. And then also in Fantastic Beasts, they also touch on the Salem witch trials, and that they have a memorial in their MACUSA, like their main building, I guess. In their Congress building, they have a this one like statue in honor of all of the victims of it, and I think that they're more honoring the Muggle victims who were killed rather than the witches and wizards, because obviously mainly innocent people were killed.
Yeah, and they didn't burn anybody at those.
Yeah.
Well, like Salem witch trials, number one, were fucked up as fuck.
Yeah.
I feel like in Muggle studies, then, like, there should also be some sort of either, like, here's the history of, like, what Muggles did.
Mm-hmm.
Like, here's our history between us and Muggles, like, what our relationships with lights, but also, like, outside of the Wizarding world, this is what's happened in the Muggle world.
Like, this was World
Basic
War
history.
II.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
AP Euro. Right?
Yeah, like, what do they know
Yeah.
about, like, World War II, for example?
Yeah.
Do they know what math is?
I think we talked about this.
No,
and
they
we
have to because they do potions. So they at least have to know like rudimentary math.
Yeah.
And, like,
Where did they
fractions.
learn it?
Potions.
We discussed that we don't actually know. If you
A
listen
lot
to
of
any of
this
our
is so
early
confusing.
episodes,
Yeah,
we
paid
discussed
to
how
feed
they
just-
got educated before they went to Hogwarts.
But yeah, I mean, they have to know some rudimentary math. Whether that's homeschooling or something, but
You know what I've thought about since
What?
doing that school episode?
What?
It's like, not everyone is great at reading or, like, reading comprehension.
Yeah.
So, like, what would you do if, like, you just weren't, like, great at reading, or, like, you had trouble, like, reading between the lines or, like, grasping a main point of something? Like, would you get tutored at Hogwarts
No, because
to develop your reading
because
skills?
Crab and Goyle clearly had some
You just
issues,
fail? Like, that's so
and
weird.
they just couldn't. Yeah. So unless like you maybe were like talked to like one of the upperclassmen and they helped you out with like tutoring, I think that you probably would just struggle.
Like, that sucks.
That's,
Yeah.
It's just supposed to be a learning institution.
They're just focused on whether or not that you can like
that's so,
summon
you're
summon
supposed to
something
learn-
across
well,
the
think
room.
about
Is there, like, a-
Neville. Neville struggled with a lot of subjects, and they were all just like, "He's an idiot. We can't help him."
Yeah.
But like, you should be helping figure out why Neville is having like trouble learning certain skills,
Yeah.
and not just be like, "Well, he's an idiot," and just like quit on him.
But they don't.
Did
It's
they
It's
ever
like
talk
the
about, like-
American school system.
like, maybe I just missed it. But yeah. Did they ever talk about like Wizard College in the
No.
books?
Nah.
Like post Hogwarts.
No.
No.
Everyone just goes to work for the ministry,
Yeah.
Pretty
or
much.
they die.
But I mean,
17 years
also,
old and
like,
you're in the
there's not-
workforce.
there's not
Have
like-
fun. Have fun with the rest of your life.
But there's not like a ton of Witches and Wizards when you think about it.
No.
Like
There's like
Yeah.
6.
5. Well, that's
Five
not,
altogether.
Like,
plus us.
Semantics.
How many makes 6?
how many were in Harry's dorm room? There was like 6, maybe, right?
12.
Well, no, the boys. There was, like,
12.
6. All right.
We're not going to
Here's-
get into
this
how
is
many
what gets
students.
confusing is Hermione. J.K. Rowling was once like, "There's 1,000 students at Hogwarts," and everyone was like, "Do your own
Fucking
math,
where?
bitch." Yeah.
If
I
you're-
think it was one of those moments where she was just like, I can say whatever the fuck I want.
Isn't it?
I didn't think about it when I was writing
It's
it, so
6.
just
It was,
It's,
it was at
so
least
alone.
it's like 12 a class
Yeah.
times
7.
7 times 4.
Yeah. What is that? Someone do the math. Quick maths.
I
love doing math in your head.
yeah, page
I can't
1.
do that much math. Please. Chill out. I'm going to do the math so nobody talks.
It's way less than what she claims, is what I know, and it's
12 times 7 times 4.
It's 336.
Yeah. So at any time, 400 kids maybe.
Yeah.
maybe
Tops.
Okay.
If we're being kind.
it's less. It's yeah,
That's tiny.
How
Yeah.
many would go to college?
None of them because they're stupid.
none of them because
What's
there
a
isn't a
normal
wizard
school pass
college.
I don't know.
You just do whatever you want after.
It's all like apprenticeships.
No, what would be great is if in Muggle Studies they had shop class.
Like a
And
Oh,
you just
God.
learn how to use like
Woodworking?
a drill.
I would get out of the whatever the
Like,
wizard
here, we're gonna
equivalent
make a
I
was.
did the same
birdhouse
thing I did in
today.
middle school and get out of it.
Yeah, I get other people to do my project for me.
Yep.
But they're like, hey, if you ever see this lying around, don't touch it because you'll cut your arm off.
That's so good if they were like, here's some dangerous objects.
Oh my god, Muggle Studies, they just bring chainsaws in and they're like, figure it out, kids. Chop your arm off or
Or
don't.
like, do they
One of
show
these
them?
kills you. One of these is the tool you need.
Do they show them like pictures, like, and they just have slides of like this today? We're learning about like dangerous things, like how to not start forest fires. And if you see a gun,
So good.
or if it, because it's England, like if you see a knife coming at you, be careful.
Do you think they trick or treat?
you did.
Or like dress up?
Whoa, Paige.
I got excited about Halloween.
Like, is it
Almost
just a
Halloween.
feast? Does everybody just have a good time?
I think it's a feast. Yeah.
I think
I feel
it's not as big of a deal in
I think it's more
England.
pagan based than it would be like
In Europe.
Is it a big? I don't know anything what happens over there.
Less, right?
It's
of a-
less. It's
more of
not-
it's more of a pagan festival. So
I'm
it'd
so
be
sorry
Yeah.
you're missing out on this.
So it'd be more of a feast than anything.
Everyone who doesn't celebrate.
Because like
Halloween in the American way just means like seeing your neighbors put dead bodies.
Mass consumerism.
Mass consumerism. Your neighbors are just taking like what looks like dead body parts, putting them all over their house, scaring the shit out of little kids, eating candy till you pass out, and like paying good money to walk into a building that's been abandoned for 10 years, filled by some company called Haunted whatever, and you get teenagers in steampunk outfits jump out and scare you. That's Halloween in
I
America.
mean, I feel like they still celebrate. It's just it's a little different. It's not quite as we just appropriated.
There's
All
more
Hallows Eve
steampunk.
and then made our own thing.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, Halloween's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a Halloween cast.
Yeah. At the party.
I'm gonna dress.
Just in the background.
Yeah, there's gonna be a party going on, and we'll just be podcasting at the party. No, we're not doing that. That would be crazy and stupid.
Casey seems like she's open to
No,
it.
it's just gonna be. We're gonna
convince
just.
her.
We're
This
just
is
gonna
how-
put
this is how every
spooky
idea starts.
sounds.
It's okay.
We're just gonna put spooky sounds in the background of the entire podcast and annoy the hell out of everyone. Just little Frankenstein monster noises and like a mummy ghoul noises.
Let's do a seance.
Let's do it.
Ooh, who are we summoning?
Who wouldn't we summon? Pick a person. We'll
The
get
ghost
him
of
here.
JK's career.
Oh my god. Oh, we can't talk about that. I know what y'all know what I'm gonna say. I don't even want to talk about it. Okay? Everybody knows, if you're listening to this, you know what I'm referencing, but we're not getting into it because like I cannot with that. Okay, here we go.
Whoa. Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Ooh.
I might be slightly confused.
It's fine.
There's just a plethora. What are we talking about?
Steampunk?
Oh, steampunk teenagers that jump out at you in a haunted house.
Yeah. What else do we need to Austin, what are the questions you have that need to be answered?
But like, is being steampunk then like kind of being like in touch with the wizarding world?
Explain.
Because you kind of have that whole old-fashioned vibe going, and wizards are all about like not changing, and
Well, I would say partly yes, but also partly no, because
Yeah.
I think a big part of steampunk is using older technologies to make something into like futuristic-y.
yeah.
And I feel like they're like, the future, fuck the future.
So you got kind of like a little bit of a Victorian vibe.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say you would pull the wizarding stuff from, not using any new technology, but then
But I think
But not-
steampunk done by a wizard could be really cool because they could
Yeah.
have like a bunch of like shit going on, like their hats.
Mm-hmm.
I forget that they all technically wear hats. 'Cause
Yeah.
they don't in the movies.
Oh, I always forget that.
So
I
they
wish
always
that
have
they
like
wore hats.
crazy
True
hats
that.
on. Well,
I'm gonna send
Wow.
you a meme and it's gonna be pick your hat that you would wear. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do.
Where I'm gonna send you pick your wizard hat.
mm,
Put it on our Instagram.
yeah. Well,
What are your notes say, freak
Yeah.
show?
Do you
Alright,
have
so-
another segment?
we have a new segment
Oh, well, yeah,
with
I guess
Austin.
we could do that segment as
What
well.
would you call it? Remember we were discussing what we should call Austin is right or whatever.
Isn't it-
Oh, it
not
was gonna be Austin explains it all, like Clarissa explains it all, but Austin explains
Austin
it all.
explains it all.
So I listen to every podcast because
He's
my
our
wife's on it. And
Biggest fan.
Why wouldn't I?
You're not gonna say it's good. It's just because Casey's on it.
Yeah.
It's not good.
That's
you're
honestly,
right.
that's fair.
No,
That's
I
valid.
enjoy it. I listen to it on my drive
You
to
don't
work.
have to backtrack. It's okay. My feelings are already hurt.
Okay, moving on to Austin.
But there
Explains It All.
was a joke about this at first because it was a joke of like, oh, I'll do like
Oh,
a guest thing, and I'll like tell you what you did wrong. But then like,
Mansplaining.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's like obviously I'm not gonna do that, but it was a
It
fun
should be
joke.
Austin mansplains it all.
There
Oh
you
my
go.
god. Okay, there we go.
Yep.
So I was listening and I wanted to like hit some things that you guys like mentioned and kind
That
of
we
like
got
expand
wrong.
either no, not wrong, but expand on them or like actually tell how you did it right.
Yay! I
Whoa!
need to be validated at all times.
Like cool facts that the listeners might care about. I don't know.
Let's
Things that
do it.
a lot of them I
I'm changing
believe
it
are
back
things
to-
that we like. What is the answer to that?
Yeah.
And then we
and
Oh,
just,
we don't.
so he
And
answers some of them.
Yeah, so I
I
answered
love
them.
that.
Let me change it back to Austin explains it all.
Right. It's
We
not
won't
as mean.
attack him.
No. Episode 1.
You're supposed to be so nice to him.
Bring
Pulls out
back media play.
Oh, bring it back.
For people who don't know what media play is, because apparently there was only 86 stores ever of media play.
What?
It was a store that was open from 1992 to 2005.
Oh
In 2005, they closed, and in 2006, the company that owned them actually declared bankruptcy.
No.
Yeah.
Most of the media plays were replaced by FYEs.
That's
as
what I
you
was
guys
gonna
talked
say.
about.
FYE.
Yeah.
Bye.
GameStop had kind of GameStop and Amazon was a huge part of why they closed because like people who want video games stopped going to media play, they go GameStop. Everybody just stopped going to stores and went to Amazon.
What are you? Paige is having a problem. Are you
Yeah.
mad at GameStop now?
Because she's probably shopped at
Boycotting
GameStop.
Amazon. I did buy my DS when I got into like a panic,
Yeah.
and I was like, I need a DS Lite. And I went to a GameStop.
Another thing where you're just on the gas.
I needed it. I wanted to play Nintendo, so I needed a DS, so I got one. And my parents were like, "Where are you going?" And I was like, "I'll be back," and just drove off.
And there was no media play to go to.
No,
So you had to go to
but it was the GameStop is like right where Media Play used to be.
Because
in
a
the
lot of
graveyard.
a lot of them became FYEs, but a lot of them became like other things, like Best Buy took over a lot of the stores, GameStop took over a lot
Well,
of
it's a
stores.
Hobby Lobby.
Oh.
The Media Play is, but the GameStop is like right in front of it. We don't need to get into Hobby Lobby, but I didn't know Media 92 to 05.
Yeah,
Baby, R.I.P. We love you.
yeah. Sponsor you guys.
13 years old. Sponsor us, Media Play.
Please come back.
Come back from bankruptcy and give us money.
I miss you.
There was nothing in episode 2. Episode 3, Paige cries. Ottery St. Catchpole.
Yes.
So Ottery actually means on the River Otter, which is a river running through the south of England from Somerset through Devon into the English Channel. It's most likely a reference to the real Devon town of Ottery St. Mary.
So it's Ottery St. Catchpole isn't real.
No.
Okay.
But
Not
Ottery,
Okay.
Ottery
St.
St. Mary.
something.
St. Mary is.
Is
near-
it still a good name for my
Yeah, I
hypothetical
think so.
dog?
I think so. OSM.
Yeah. Awesome.
Os-
I mean,
This is like Fox News fact check.
right?
they would never go this in depth.
Yeah, come on.
They'd just be like, we were right
It's
about
like
everything
BBC,
we said.
please. Ottery St. Mary is near Exeter, which is the city Rowling went to uni, and Exeter is in southwest of England. So
What's uni?
university,
We didn't learn that on our Britishisms episode.
college.
Can you make that face?
College.
That's so funny.
Also, this is unrelated, but in that episode, you guys talked about like what Hagrid made to eat, and you mentioned treacle tart. And Casey has made this once, and I am still waiting for her to make it again. It's
My
fucking,
God.
Share
All
it.
right.
fucking
Make
delicious.
it for your Halloween party so I can eat it.
It's so
Okay.
good.
Is
Maybe
that
if I have time.
yeah. And I was right about that. That quiz was wrong. He did make treacle tart. It said only rock
Yeah,
cakes,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I was
No,
right.
he made treacle.
So that quiz. So we have to call out whatever quiz.
It was on like Pottermore or some
Fuck that
shit.
quiz.
It was on
Roasted.
Pottermore.
Yeah.
Get your shit together, Pottermore.
There's so much happening.
I'm sorry.
Episode 6, Gabby's Fleet of Owls.
Good one. Good one.
Lacrosse is technically sort of an all-year sport. In the fall, the boys play it, and in the spring, the girls play it, because in the fall, the girls are playing field hockey. So it is sort of technically an all
It's year round. You can play if you want to find lacrosse. You can find it. That's basically what you're telling me.
Yeah. Weirdly, field hockey in America is a girls' sport, whereas in Europe, it's a guy sport.
In
As
America,
well.
we
Yeah,
do
it's
things
both.
our way.
Yeah, but in
Yeah.
America, it's females only.
girls. We wouldn't let we had a exchange student from Belgium, and he was not allowed to play field hockey for our team because it's an all-girl sport. He was very upset.
I feel bad for him. He just wanted to play a sport.
Right?
Oh no, a man couldn't play a female sport.
Episode 8.
Wow, that was
No,
like my
I tried to
line.
go on, and I was like, nope.
Oh boy.
Episode 8, Lunatunes, shout out. The plural of shout out is actually both shouts out and shout outs.
Oh, oh,
Yes, Austin.
what?
I'm vindicated.
Both work apparently.
I am selfish.
Shouts out.
Yeah.
It's a good song. Yellow card. Nope.
Yellow card.
Nope. No.
He's gonna correct you right now.
Wait. Who take him? Nope. Who sings that
Who
song?
the fuck sings that song?
Vindicate. We can't.
Desperate Confessional.
Thank you. You want to know why I got it confused? It's because that's on the Spider-Man 2 soundtrack, and so is a Yellow Card song. And I fuck with the Spider-Man 2 soundtrack. That's not important right now, but it's factual.
No, it's good. I had it right here. ASMR, everyone's favorite.
What does it
On the
stand
second.
for? Tell us what it
Oh,
means.
thank God.
Autonomous sensory meridian response.
Well, we were not close.
I liked ours better.
Right?
Yeah.
What was it?
It literally just means the prickling on your neck when you hear those things.
Ew.
Yeah.
I don't
I
get that.
hate it
I
more.
cringe, so I don't have. Stop it.
Then this one was weird because you guys talked about Charlie Weasley as a seeker, and we were trying to figure out like the timeline.
Yeah, that was a real
Yeah.
problem.
So
You
We
He's
need to
super
come on
fucking
every
every
month
month or
and
so?
tell us like the things that we didn't look up. 'Cause
Yeah.
we didn't care that much. But now I'm like, oh great.
because we're all wizards and we're lazy.
Yeah.
Like,
Lazy
factor in
factor.
lazy.
So Charlie Weasley started playing Seeker in '85, and he played. This was like honestly, if you did this research, it was super weird and hard to figure out. But he did play till 1991, which is the year until 1991, which is the year Harry showed up. So he played Seeker up until
He
Harry showed
graduated.
up. Like he graduated, and then the next year Harry showed up, and then Harry played Seeker.
Okay.
So it does
okay.
sound kind
Okay.
of weird because she's like, I found someone we haven't had a Seeker this good since Charlie. It's like, yeah, last year. Like what? The fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, there
That's
wasn't
why-
there wasn't a gap.
That's why I thought
Now-
it was like it had to have been years before because they said we haven't had this one.
They didn't win the Quidditch Cup like all those years except for his first year. His
Charlie's first year.
Charlie's first year, they won Quidditch Cup. After that, they did not.
So Charlie, what the fuck were you doing? Couldn't catch the.
How
They
is
said
he that
so
good
this
if
was-
they
this was
never
from
won?
Yeah.
This is from the Wikia, at least.
Oh,
Okay.
so we don't know because Wiki is a little like.
Wiki is
iffy.
usually pretty decent.
Yeah, but that one I found
Casey's
some things
dragging him.
Yeah.
that I'm just like I don't understand that. How can that be? Like, how do they know all the birthdays? Because J.K. hasn't said them all.
They're just what they're.
I
You
think
want
they
to know
just
what it
make
is?
them up.
They're going by personality, and they're like, we're gonna sign it based on zodiac, because like that's what I would do, because I'm a garbage person.
Because the Zodiac is real.
You know what? It could be fake, but I'm having fun either way.
Episode 9, then.
Which
Pop
is-
Your Clogs.
Oh,
This was
that.
this was the most recent one.
Redwall. This one is actually pretty funny because like I thought Redwall was American, and when Casey said like, "Oh, it's English," I was like, "No, I'm pretty sure it's American." Redwall is English. It was made by Brian Jacques, who's from Liverpool. Oi, 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 oi is hey in Cockney. However, and it's also a harsh punk rock from the '70s. What's up, buddy?
I know everything.
However, when you say oi, 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 it's
Oi, oi, oi.
usually a chant, which is
Yeah.
connected with association football, soccer,
Wait,
and rugby fans.
listen. I know this. I did it on purpose because I was watching like British Office.
Yeah.
And like they have the one guy comes in and he goes oggy 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 oi oi oi, and I was like, that's British.
Yeah, it's usually for rugby or association football fans, and then the popular one is from like the '70s. The Aussies took in Aussie, oi, oi, oi.
Don't bite me.
And then Casey was right in that episode as well. That Watcher means hello in London and Southern England. You guys didn't really confirm it, but yeah, so it does mean hello.
Wow, I'm so glad. These are all things that I should know.
So there we go. I just
Well,
thought
thank
it
you,
was
Thank you
fun.
so
Austin.
much. I love this segment.
It was way more mild than I thought.
I thought it was
See,
gonna
I wasn't
be
gonna
like,
be an asshole.
I thought it was gonna be a roast.
No,
Well,
I
we
just
get-
thought it was cool things that you guys either
I
covered.
thought it
or
was going to
just-
be like, this is my opinion. and
Oh yeah, I
differ.
mean, if you
Wait,
want
wait,
that,
wait,
Jim
here's-
Krasinski's not whatever the
there we
fuck you sorted him into.
We
or
didn't
Jim
sort-
Halpert. I'm
yeah.
sorry, Jim
Oh,
Halpert.
did we talk about this?
We haven't. You guys have.
Wait, who did
Did we
sort
not
him
get in
into?
depth about this?
No,
No,
you
I
just
think
you
we just did
sort of
it.
did. You but then you just like decided randomly that I think Nadine helped you guys.
No,
Was that
no,
that?
no, no. It was on episode 3, Waiting for
Okay.
Age Cries.
Yeah. Because he's obviously a fucking Hufflepuff. Because he has no drive.
I said Gryffindor, so
We
Yeah.
put him in Gryffindor. I
Agree
thought
to
he had a
disagree, I
career
guess.
At the end.
He just wants to do
okay.
what
Well,
he
if we
wants.
wanted to, okay, there was like another controversy thing that we just when we were talking about ships. Would Harry and Hermione work, or Ron and Hermione? That's a big one.
Oh.
Like, who would you pick?
Between the two, like if I had to choose, Harry and Hermione, 100%.
Oh.
if you had to pick between.
You
like-
could pick not that.
You could pick none. We decided that.
No, none of those would work. But if it had
Okay.
to be like Harry or if Hermione's like, one of the, it has to be Harry.
How about Harry and Ron as a couple?
Maybe, I don't know.
We're ignoring
Nothing would get done.
Yeah, but they'd have a lot of fun.
Are we playing Fuck, Marry, Kill this episode?
Austin is the pick'em because he's a guest.
Yeah. Oh, but before
No, because I did pick one before.
No,
when
when
you
we
guys did
used it, we
Neville.
called we gave you a shout out for a shouts out.
Shouts out.
Shouts out.
But before
That's
we do,
only if we give him multiple shots.
before Paige sings us the beautiful "Fuck, Marry, Kill" song, everyone should know that like who you are as far as like your house and all
my
that
house
stuff.
All right, yeah.
Because you recently just
And-
retook the quizzes because
when
it's
Nadine was
been
here, we
so
waited
long
till the
since you
end,
took
too.
them.
Yeah, so many times because those quizzes are dumb.
Well,
I'm
we took
Gryffindor, and it took me. I took the quiz 6 times. I got Gryffindor the second time. Kept getting Ravenclaw, but Casey and I, as like the fact that we're married, so she talks to me about this all the time, has vehemently denied that I would be a Ravenclaw.
Yes.
So that's
Daisy
fine.
does not want you in her common room.
I did
No.
get Hufflepuff ones, which I think kind of makes sense, but definitely agree with the Gryffindor.
Yeah.
And you're wearing a shirt that says so.
Well, because we always assumed I was, so
Well,
and
'cause
I
the
always have
first-
been.
I was there
The first time I like way when I used to take the test, like
years ago when I think when we first started dating, I made him take the quiz because I was like, I,
think it was
gotta know what house you're in.
pre-update, so I was Gryffindor, and then post-update I took it again, and I was Gryffindor.
Mhm.
And then this week I tried to take them because I was like, oh, I'll get like a
Doesn't
little thing
remember. Yeah, you
repeat.
didn't remember your
It's just
login.
fucking- yeah, and it was
Yeah.
dumb. My Patronus is a Robin because I kept getting Robin and Black Mamba, and I was like, no, Robin's definitely
You
mine.
wouldn't want a black mama.
Because it's a bird flying around, just like dive bombing.
I still like. Can you imagine just going Expectro Patronum and a massive snake pops out of there?
Yeah, but I did get
Bro.
Robin like 3 times and Black Mamba like twice. So I won't.
Okay.
My wand is Elm, unwavering unicorn hair inside, and then
Sweet.
11 inches and 11 and a quarter inches. So super fucking long. It's
That's
like
really
the length
big.
the length of a paper. It's weird. So that's 11 and a half inches, right? So it's pretty much that length.
There's a storm. Yeah, this is 11. So add.
And then I'm in Horned Serpent,
Pages of.
Oh,
what
for
is it,
your
Folly
Ilvermorny?
Artist?
Ilvermorny.
Yes. Foley.
Foley.
Like Dave Foley. Y'all like Bug's Life?
Fuck yeah. I love Bug's Life.
Are you communist? We
No.
don't have to answer that.
Not in the podcast.
No,
They're gonna be traced back.
but I did love that movie.
Me too.
Well, that's Austin, everybody.
Yay! And we only bullied the shit out of him.
Not too bad this time.
Yay!
This time.
This time.
I love this.
Listen to the patrons only episode for real bullying.
Did we bully you?
I don't know, but
Within an inch of his life.
it makes it interesting, and now maybe they want to go listen to it.
Yeah. Do we bully him? Do we not? Is my memory bad? Yeah, the
Have
answer
I been
is yes.
crying for the last 2 hours? I don't know.
Y'all can't see the tissues on the floor in here. He been weeping.
Internally.
Really?
No. I had so much fun. I love this.
Yay!
Paige, it's time to sing the song.
Okay. Da-da-da-da-da-da-dum. Who would you marry? Who would you find? Who would you kill?
Cool.
Great. Austin, it's your turn to pick.
I already picked the Neville one. I don't
Do you
know.
want?
What
I,
is it?
I can
Oh.
also go. My brother was texting me today, and he came up with a
That
really
one
great
was
one.
weird.
That's a
I will-
weird
Yeah,
one
we
for
can
a
do
guest to answer.
No, yeah, let's do it.
All right, so shout out to my brother Charles, who also listens.
Whoops, sorry, I don't know anything about Star Wars.
Yeah, he called us out on that.
Me specifically.
He gave a really good one for Fuck, Marry, Kill. And if you want to give us any ideas, feel free to shoot them our way, either on Facebook, Twitter.
Slide into our DMs.
Yeah, go for it. All right, so
Slytherin.
this is
Okay, Ariana Grande. Come on.
The chamber's open, baby.
Woo! Okay.
all right.
Sorry, Casey.
This is called the Voldemort Time Turner edition.
Time
So your choices are Tom Riddle, like before he became Lord Voldemort.
Tom
so
Red.
Tom Riddle. Voldemort when he's noseless and gross, or when it's Voldemort on the back of Quirrell's head. Fuck, marry, kill.
Jesus Christ.
Tom,
I still need to
Tom-
get the question answered. Is it just the back of his head, or is it all of Quirrell
All of Quirrell
looking away from you?
looking away from you.
Okay.
Wait. And it's Tom Riddle, like, not his father, but, like, Tom Riddle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like when
Before he fully, like, before
Excuse me. Like,
he,
pre-Dark
like a
Lord.
few years after the Tom Riddle that showed up in Chamber of Secrets, I'm assuming.
Chamber
yeah,
Secrets
he's like
was
he's
like
an
a
adult. Don't be
prefect.
creepy.
Yeah.
That's why I said a few years after, Casey.
Yeah.
Before he
Sorry.
before he was killed by Harry Potter and then came back a noseless snake man.
No,
Word-
it's the Snake Man.
Where
My band.
That's one, and then there's the regular with a nose Voldemort, and before he was killed, and then there's
Why am
on the back of his head.
I don't know.
Do you need more water?
No.
Okay.
Cool.
So anyone got any
no-
ideas?
There's no way to answer this.
I think I would fuck the head.
Wait. I thought the
Like I
half
said that
formed.
before. I just Quirrell's. Yeah, he's involved.
I thought the half-formed little worm thingy was on the
that
table
was-
too.
No, that's just too creepy, and
Yeah,
I'm just
fucking-
canceling
I
that.
feel like that's not right.
That's not right. That's
Okay,
fucked
well
up.
now I have to think about my answers again.
I just the fucking head. what is happening?
How does it
How
work?
does it work? I'm intrigued.
Because you can't have sex with Quirrell. You're just figuring it out with the head.
The
Yeah.
back of his head, yeah.
Squirrel
You
giving me
better
tips.
give him a
Like, does
fucking-
he also enjoy it? Like, what is happening?
You better give that
He
fucking
watches, clearly.
pop some mints in there, because that bitch has been wrapped up in a thing all day.
Pop some mints in. I'm back in the game.
He's just giving
think
commentary
Then
the
I would
entire time.
marry Tom Riddle,
Okay.
kill noseless Voldemort.
Okay.
That makes sense.
I'm gonna kill Tom Riddle. That way I don't have to deal with the other two, because they won't have ever existed.
It's Time Turner
Get
edition.
the fuck out.
It's Time Turner edition, which means that it doesn't matter when it happens.
Time is the made-up construct.
So you
Okay,
have to
so
be able to
I'm gonna-
do all of
I'm
them.
gonna
into
fuck
that
that one.
bullshit.
I know, right? I'm gonna fuck Tom Riddle then.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna marry Quirrell. Right? Voldemort on the back of his
That's
head.
lit.
For
That's
the
lit.
drama, and also I feel like it'll be like Harry Potter musical. They'll just be in love with each other, and I'll just be around. I'll be like, "What is Three's Company wacky?" And then who's my last one?
The
Voldemort's
noseless
dead.
Voldemort.
Dead. I fucking kill that bitch in a Muggle way, strangle him with my hands,
Just knife him.
just go like this, give him a couple quick stabs, and he's like, "Oh shit, I forgot about blood," and then he's dead.
It's gone.
Austin, you're next in the circle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless you don't know.
I think mine's similar to Paige's for similar reasons. Fuck Tom Riddle, because, like, why not? He's pretty cute.
T.
Yeah, he is supposed to be
T.
good looking. Yeah.
Marry the back of Quirrell's head, because, like, that situation figures itself out.
Yeah.
Like, post Philosopher's Stone, that situation's done. So
After
you're just married-
97, you're Gucci.
so you're just married to some, like,
No, he's dead.
He's dead.
girl. Oh,
You just
well.
get his
Quirrell
money.
dies.
Yeah, no, then whatever, even better.
I don't think he has any money.
You get his garlic. You can
And
make
his
a lot of
turban.
soup.
Get his
Garlic.
turban.
Maybe you get the job after him. I don't know.
That's how jobs work. Once
Yep.
your spouse
Must
is dead,
die.
you get their job.
And then kill Voldemort.
So
But yeah, I would totally do it in a Muggle way, just to like
Just
not,
to fuck him
yeah,
up. Just to
because it's-
stick it to him. Be like, you thought you're better than me? I just stabbed
But like
you.
I would want it to be like Indiana Jones scene where like
With
he's
the-
gonna show up and he's gonna have his robes flown and shit, look all badass.
And you just
he's
pull a
gonna,
gun
like,
out.
slowly pull his wand out and like start saying his speech or whatever the fuck he does, and then I'm just gonna.
Pull a gun out.
Sounds
Yes!
like
I want to stab him a bunch, and then you just shoot him with a gun. I just go like this, and then you go.
No.
I feel like the gunshot should be first.
No.
Just-
And then I
Very
stab
simple.
him.
Very simple. You lure him to a busy street, and you push him in front of a bus.
You just look at the London bus schedule, and you're like, hey, come here, buddy. Zoom.
Or you'd be like, you know where I'm gonna be? I'm gonna be in
Subway.
in the subway, and I'm
Meet
just
me.
we're gonna get really close to the tracks, and I'm just gonna push you on
And
there.
you just yell, mind the gap, and shove it.
I would also kill Voldemort, but I would marry Tom Riddle, and then I would
Why?
fuck Quirrell.
Change him.
that's literally what I was thinking. I was like, I'll make him love me.
Yes, I love him.
Still
Maybe he
love you,
won't
but he'll
turn
probably
He
evil.
will
kill-
not. He would not feel anything.
Wait, if
He does not care.
I'm just
killing
saying,
and collecting
even if he
trophies
did
as a
love you,
child.
Huh?
even if he did love you, he'd still be killing people. He'd be
Yeah.
like, I love this woman. I'm gonna kill people. And you'd be like,
I don't think he would love
shrug
me.
emoji.
Yeah, but then you're also
would just
married
keep
to
getting
the
owls.
most powerful wizard in the world.
Casey.
Minus Dumbledore.
Okay, Gryffindor, calm yourself.
Ooh.
I'm saying.
But no, then I would definitely fuck the back of Quirrell's head. That would be so weird.
I like that me and Austin did the same thing and you guys did the same thing. But everybody kills Voldemort with no nose. Like, nobody wanted to get involved in that in any type of way.
No, just gross.
Also, he doesn't
People
have
need
any
noses.
eyebrows either.
No.
I'm not into that.
Oh my god.
Get some eyebrows,
He's
bitch.
probably also
weird.
like a Ken
So
doll. Like he
weird.
probably doesn't have a penis anymore. Like he probably is just like all slimy and like smooth.
That's why he looks.
Do you need a nose to have a penis? Is that the logic here?
But like you're missing
oh
a
my
nose.
God.
Like what else are you
That's
missing?
why he had to chop
Please
his.
say goodbye. My laptop is dying.
Bye.
Bye, thanks for having me.
Does Voldemort have a dick?
Let us know.
Wait,
Wait,
please.
the secret word. Voldemort's dick.
We also have to plug our shit.
Do
So-
it.
So please follow us on Twitter and Instagram. We are at Nonsense Nargos. You can also find us on Facebook and Patreon. Please listen to our patron-only episode, which will be available this Friday.
Woo!
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Voldemort's penis.
Bye.